Life has a way of humbling even the mightiest among us. Today, I bring you the heartbreaking, yet inspiring story of Chinedu, a wealthy Nigerian businessman who lost everything he ever worked for. His money, his house, his cars, his dignity, and even his wife. But through betrayal, poverty, and pain, he rose again in a way no one expected. Before we dive into this emotional journey, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss more powerful stories like this. And when you finish watching, drop a comment to tell us the lesson you learned from Chinedu's story.
Chinedu was the kind of man every young boy in his village admired, and every parent prayed their daughters would marry. Born in Aba, Abia State, he grew up poor. His father a struggling carpenter, his mother a petty trader. But from childhood, he carried one burning dream: to make it big. And he did. By his early 30s, Chinedu was a wealthy importer. His containers brought in electronics, fabrics, and spare parts from China. He had houses in Aba and in Lagos, cars upon cars, and a thriving company. Friends hailed him Udogu, the mighty man. Villagers boasted of him as their pride. And then came love. Chinedu married Eberechi, a graceful beauty from Imo State. To empower her, he set her up in business, a boutique in Lagos. The boutique flourished. Their children brought joy, and laughter filled their home. But behind the laughter, life was preparing a storm.
It started with one wrong decision. Chinedu was lured into a high-return investment. He poured millions. The deal collapsed. He lost a fortune. But worse was coming. One of his biggest consignments, a container worth tens of millions, sank at sea. The phone call broke him. "Sir, the container capsized. Everything is gone." Chinedu dropped the phone, knees trembling. In weeks, creditors circled. The banks came for his cars, his house, his dignity. From the mighty Odogu to nothing.
At first, Eberechi comforted him. "Don't worry, my husband," she said. "God will see us through." But as weeks turned into months, her patience turned into poison. "You are a failure, Chinedu. What kind of man are you?" She mocked him, insulted him before the children. Some nights, she refused to give him food. And then, the wet that cut deeper than any blade. "I regret marrying you. If I had known you would end like this, I'd have chosen better." Chinedu wept, but Eberechi's heart had turned to stone. One afternoon, Eberechi packed her bags. "Mama, where are you going?" the children asked. She lied with cold eyes. "Don't worry, I'll come back." But she never did. She left with another man, a wealthy businessman who promised her comfort. She left Chinedu with the children and nothing. And so, the mighty Odogu of Aba became a pure water hawker in the scorching market streets. God, why me? Why has life turned so cruel?
My dear viewers, what would you do if your partner abandoned you in your darkest moment? Would you fight to bring them back? Or would you move on? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if Chinedu's story has touched your heart so far, please hit the like button. It helps us share these stories with more people.
One day, as Chinedu hawked water under the blazing sun, a sleek SUV stopped. A man stepped out, staring. "Chinedu, Odogu, is this you?" It was his old schoolmate, Obina. Ashamed, Chinedu hid his face, but Obina pulled him aside. He listened to the tale, the lost fortune, the betrayal, the children's hunger. Tears filled Obina's eyes.
Chinedu, in school, you paid my fees when I was hopeless. You stood for me. Now, I will stand for you. Obinna took him home. He fed him, clothed him, introduced him to loyal friends. Together, they set Chinedu up again.
Chinedu walked like a man on fire, humble, focused, determined. 1 year later, stable. 2 years, thriving. 3 years, richer than ever. Chinese partners returned, giving him goods worth billions. He bought a mansion in Lagos Island, rebuilt a house in Aba, and sent his children to the UK for schooling. Life has smiled again, but from a distance, one woman watched in regret. Eberechi.
She heard the whispers. Chinedu is back, richer than before. His children are abroad, and he has a new woman. Eberechi's pride crumbled. One afternoon, she approached him outside his office. She knelt in tears. Chinedu, please, forgive me. It was the devil's work. Take me back. But Chinedu's eyes saw beyond her tears. He remembered the hunger, the insults, the abandonment. And he remembered Momiti, the woman who fed his children when he hawked water, the one who stayed when the world mocked him. He shook his head. Eberechi, it is too late. I begged you when I was down. You refused. But Momiti stayed. Today, she is my wife. And with that, he walked away.
Chinedu married Momiti. Together, they raised his children in the United Kingdom, living in peace and abundance. Chinedu visited monthly, proud of the life he built from ashes. As for Eberechi, she vanished into the shadows of regret. The last time she was seen, she was begging for mercy, but the chapter was closed. Chinedu's story teaches us 2 deep lessons. Wealth can vanish, but character and resilience will always rebuild it. True love is not proven in times of wealth, but in times of hardship. Viewers, if you were in Chinedu's shoes, would you forgive Eberechi and take her back? Or would you move on, like he did with Momiti? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends so they too can be inspired. Because no matter how dark life becomes, with faith, resilience, and good people by your side, you can rise again.